The votes being counted in key races for control of Congress. Right now, Republicans appear likely to take control of the House, but any majority would be razor thin, and they're tied with Democrats in the battle for the Senate at 48 seats apiece. Of the 4 Senate races yet to be called, Alaska will almost certainly be a win for the GOP, with Senator Lisa Murkowski trailing fellow Republican Kelly Tshibaka. And Georgia's race is headed for a runoff between Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican Herschel Walker, set for December 6th. That leaves Nevada, where Republican Adam Laxalt leads incumbent Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, and Arizona, where Democratic Senator Mark Kelly has a slight advantage over Republican challenger Blake Masters. ABC News White House correspondent Karen Travers joins me live now for more on this. Karen, it feels like it really couldn't be closer here. Now, you talk with radio hosts across America every day. How are people reacting to these election results so far?
Yeah, a lot of questions about what happened to that red wave that many pundits were projecting that Republicans were going to see on election night. You know, Diane, there was even some talk about a potential red tsunami as we got closer to election day, that Republicans might have some big gains. Democrats were on defense. You saw President Biden campaigning in places like suburban Chicago, California, Maryland, and what that all meant for Democrats' chances. And now the questions are, what will it be like for a House majority on Capitol Hill in the House that is going to be so tight, as you pointed out, razor thin? You know, people are smart. They know what it's like when you only have that slim majority. It is very difficult for any House Speaker when you only have a couple seats as your majority. It's very difficult to get anything done, and Kevin McCarthy could have a tough challenge on his hands. So I got a lot of questions about that today, of what can Republicans do when you only have a slim majority, and of course you've got a President Biden, who's a Democrat. So a lot of questions now about what this Washington will look like going forward, even as the dust has not yet settled on the 2022 midterm cycle yet.
Now, we heard from President Biden yesterday celebrating the Democrats' better than expected performance, but he's likely looking at a Republican-controlled House and potentially a Republican-controlled Senate. So how's he preparing for that?
Yeah, he said it was a good day for democracy. It was a better day than expected for Democrats, but it really wasn't a victory lap because, you know, as you say, he is looking at Republicans controlling the House. Things are looking better for Democrats keeping control of the Senate, but it's a new reality for President Biden here in Washington. And the questions were about what he will do to work with Republicans. This is a president who likes to point out that in his decades as a senator, he worked across the aisle, and he says he's going to start doing that right away. He had a call last night with Kevin McCarthy, who's likely to be the House Speaker when Republicans take control of Congress, and he says he's also going to be inviting Republican leadership down to the White House in very short time, once he gets back from his trip to Asia next week. So the reality is that the president's got 2 years left in this term, and if he wants to get anything done, the agenda will have to be different. It'll have to be more scaled back. He already had to scale it back when it was the Democrats in control up there because of those slim majorities. But now you've got to work with Republicans. The president says he's already trying to get to work right now.
Now, Karen, exit polls show inflation and abortion were the 2 most important issues for voters nationwide. Are we seeing that reflected in these tight races in Nevada and Arizona?
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, those were the 2 issues that were the top ones going into Election Day. The economy, inflation certainly dominating. But I think it's really striking to see how high abortion was in the exit polls in so many key states. And you know, that is what Democrats were telling us in the lead up to Election Day. You know, be prepared. That is going to be something that they thought was going to drive their turnout. I think it's what we're seeing now in these tight races.
All right, Karen Travers, thanks for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.